Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about what best food to create healthy muscles. My name is Maria. I am a founder of CTR Massage Therapies, and today I'm going to have interview with Planet Wellness with Petrina and Ronald.
Hello, everyone.
We're going to cover. Hi, Petrina. Hi, Ronald. Today we're going to cover if you want to maintain or create new healthy muscles, what are best food to achieve that. And we're also going to talk about the supplements to keep your muscles healthy on top.
Those are interesting questions.
Yes.
Sorry, say again.
Those are very interesting questions.
Thank you. So yeah, my first questions would be to you guys. If you want to maintain or create new healthy muscles, what are best food to achieve that?
Very good question. Not many people ask that question. In fact, very few people understand the meaning of that. Now, so I've got experience with building muscle for 60 years plus. Right, I started bodybuilding at the age of 14, so it's been quite a lot of experience, right? And it's a very critical comment that you made, because muscle is one of the best structures you can have on your bone, on your skeleton, to create a very healthy body, because without the bones and without the healthy muscle, you can't move. You know, you can't lift things, you can't cook, you can't move furniture around. So the muscle part of the body is so important, because there are tremendous amount of muscle tissue on the skeleton, and that muscle tissue must be kept really up to date, up till 70, 80, 90, 100 years of life, because the moment your muscle structure drops, you'll shrink. Your body will shrink. You'll curve over like that. Your back will become weak. And so it's very important when you're going shopping, you're going lifting bags, or you're changing a tire in your car. All these require muscle and bone structure, right? So I'm going to give you some amazing tips about how to best achieve this muscle, right, and keep really, really strong muscle, right? So I've achieved that because I've spoken to giants in the industry of weightlifting and weight training, like Bill Pearl, right? Bill Pearl was a giant amongst bodybuilding knowledge. I met Bill in 1976 and changed my life completely about what foods to eat, right? So I'm going to give you that now, right? So now there's a big misconception with bodybuilders and people who do weight training that you got to eat a lot of red meat, right? Unless you eat red meat
or protein,
but red meat specifically, unless you eat red meat, you're not going to create new muscle. That's not true at all, because red meat is actually one of the worst things you can eat, because of the way that how long it takes to digest. So I'm going to talk about that first. So if you're eating meat every day, it's really, really bad for you, because red meat, I've proven this over 30 years of experience just on understanding red meat. When you eat red meat, it does, you eat it, it tastes good, but it takes 92 hours to break down. So if you eat meat on Monday, it comes out on Thursday. You eat meat on Tuesday, it comes out on Friday. You get it? So it takes 4 days. So if you're eating meat every single day, your body's actually putrefying inside. The meat's actually rotting inside your bowel. It's actually because it doesn't have time to transit across. Right? So whatever foods you eat, you must eat it, and it must transit within 18 to 24 hours. In other words, transit means it go to the mouth, to the stomach, to the esophagus, the stomach, the duodenum, the intestines, the colon, and out. All right, that's 35 feet of tubing it's got to go through. Right? Now, if you're eating red meat, it takes 92 hours to traverse through that from mouth to back, right? Okay, backside. Okay. Now, so the best foods instead, you can eat red meat, but it should only be once a month. Once a month, right? But so the best meats, the best foods, I should say, are nuts and eggs. Okay, nuts and eggs. And I'm going to give you the list of the best nut protein. And now be very careful with that one, because a lot of people mistake. They go to the supermarket, they buy peanut butter. Okay, now peanut butter peanuts, by definition, it sounds like a nut, but it's actually not a nut. It's actually a legume, right? Now, the worst, and the way you know that is because peanuts are grown underground, right? It's grown underground, whereas other nuts, like people are things that are truly nuts, like almonds, walnuts, pecan nuts, pistachios, cashews, they are grown above the ground. So that's how you know it's a nut. Right? It's going on trees and bushes above the ground, right? Whereas with things like peanuts, it's grown. There's a place in Queensland called Bundaberg, and that's where they grow a lot of peanuts, right? And so now, unfortunately, what's happened because of the way the marketing has been done, people believe that peanut butter is good for you, okay, good for your muscle. It's actually not, because peanut butter is actually acidic, right? And peanuts are not nuts. They are legumes, right? Legumes is something that can be used, but you're far better off to put your money into the really good, what a definition, nuts. So I'll start with the first one, almonds, right? Almonds are very, very good for you, right? Now, and I'm going to give you the nuts you should be eating, and I'll also give you the amount you should be eating to maintain muscle, right? It doesn't need to be a huge amount, but it's the digestion of the nuts to create the muscle. The digestion is important. So you don't just eat nuts on its own, you've got to eat it with other things. I'm going to explain. But first of all, I'm going to go to the nuts I recommend, but then I'm going to give you, when we further on, I'm going to give you the actual fruits or vegetables you should eat with those nuts to maximize the absorption of the muscle of the nuts into your muscle, right? To make it absorbed, transfers, become more muscular, and keep your muscle condition in good shape, right? Okay, so the first nut is almonds, right? Now, by definition, it's funny this, almonds is the only nut that is alkaline. Every other nut is acidic. So you've got to be aware of that, because your body's meant to be 20% alkaline, sorry, 20% acidic, I mean, and 80% alkaline. I'll repeat that. The human body is meant to be 20% acidic and 80% alkaline. All right. So when you're eating, you must have that every time you eat, like breakfast time or lunchtime or dinner time, you must have that balance in your food. You must have 20% of foods that are acidic and 80% that are alkaline. Okay, so the first one, the true alkaline nut is almonds. Okay, now the amount, minimum 20 almonds. All right. Now, if you've got good teeth, you can chew the almonds by themselves, or if you haven't, you can use like a Nutri blender or one of the blenders, and you can blend the almonds in that.
And we should also be eating the almonds with the skin.
That's right.
It's brownish.
That's right.
There are some almonds which are already blanched and the skin's been removed. That's not good. Yeah,
and also while we're at it, when you buy almonds, don't buy a huge amount, like 2 or 3 kilos, because they go wasted quite quickly. Buy about 1 kilo, right? Every time. Buy fresh almonds, right? So almonds is the premier nut, because it is alkaline by definition. Every other nut will produce acid conditions, right? So almonds, and then the next one would be, the almonds is very, very good for the entire muscular structure. Now, the next nut is walnuts. Why I recommend walnuts? Because, I see evidence on a daily basis of people getting dementia, Alzheimer's, and the brain muscle, right? Okay, so walnuts is, if you look at a walnut, it looks exactly like the human brain. Exactly. You'll see both sides. It is a definition of the left brain, right brain. So you'll never get a walnut when you split. You'll never get a whole walnut. It cracks in half. You get the left walnut, the left side, and the right side, right? And those two look exactly like the human brain. Okay. So when we talk about muscle, you're talking about muscle in your brain as well, like what we call muscle in the brain. Right? So walnuts is the next nut. Okay. The other one after that is pecan nut. Pecan Pecan. And then you've got pistachios. That's one of my favorites, pistachio nuts. The next one after that would be what we call cashew nut. Again, when you buy cashews, don't buy huge, just buy 1 kilo at a time. And can you recommend a couple of others?
Yes, I think those are the main ones. Basically,
These are the main ones, right?
Almond, walnuts, pecans, cashews, and pistachios.
Yeah, there are other nuts, but what you can do is go to Google and just type in nuts. It'll give you a list of the nuts, right? So with the nuts that I've just mentioned,
hazelnuts as well.
Hazelnuts is another good one. So these are the most common ones would be the almonds, the walnuts, the pecan nuts, pistachios, right? Pistachios are also very good for the muscular level, right?
And these days you can actually also get, instead of peanut butter, which we don't recommend, you can actually get the butter in the form of almonds and hazelnuts and pistachios.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to go to a good health food shop and order and get a tub. You get a tub of almond butter, right? And works out about 19 pounds, okay? And that is a huge amount of protein right there. So you don't require like fresh almonds that you chew. You can do that, but it's better off for ease of economy, timing, and ability to eat. When you put your spoon into the almond butter, 1 good spoon of that is a good serving of nuts already, right? And for 19 pounds, you're getting a lot of protein in the tub. You don't buy the small jars, right? Buy the tub, the actual tub, right? Now, so when you're talking about nuts, it's very important that you eat the nuts first, chew it well, and then you must have fruits. You must have fruits or vegetables with it, okay? For example, for breakfast, you could have like a two or three tablespoons, okay, of almond butter, right? And afterwards, 3 apples, 3 red apples, always not green, red. Now, when you eat the apples, you must eat the apples like that are very. You could have pippin, you could have pink ladies, red delicious, like what I call David Grieve apples. These are really reddish green, more reddish, right? I don't recommend eating green apples unless you cook them, okay, because they can be quite acidic, right? But all the red apples have got very different antioxidants. So when you eat almond butter in the morning, the first day, say Monday, you should have, for example, red delicious. The next day, you eat apple, you eat almonds, you eat say pink ladies. You get it? And so on and so on and so on. Now, when you eat three red apples, different variety every day, Monday to Sunday, and you eat almonds for breakfast, that gives you a great start to building muscle for the day. All right. So remember, you eat your almonds like 1 or 2 or 3 tablespoons, depending how much muscle you need on a daily basis, how hard you work. And then when you've eaten the nuts, keep your time, eat your 3 apples, okay, every day. And then the next day, you could eat, for example, you could eat almond butter at lunchtime. Sorry, no almond butter, walnuts at lunchtime, and you could blend it, okay. And again, what you could do with that, you could have, say, kiwi fruit. You could have grapes. You get it, the idea? Mm-hmm. And then at night time, you could have your nuts again, some other nut, but then at night time, you would eat celery, organic celery. You would eat lettuce, right? You would eat tomatoes, cucumber, broccoli, cauliflower, right? Red potatoes,
spinach.
And so on. Spinach, watercress. You get it? That would be a really good ideal protein and fruit and vegetable day. Now, I recommend eating fruits at breakfast time because the fruit gets you the fructose for the energy level to keep your muscles flowing and energetic all day long, right? Then you could have more fruit at lunchtime, or you could have vegetables, right? Or salad. And at night time, you could have warm vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, celery, and so on and so on. Does that answer your question?
Yes, that's great. Yeah. Thank you.
Pretty clear, isn't it? Right?
Yes.
But don't eat, if you want to eat red meat, Only once a month. That's it. And if you eat red meat, always have a lot of broccoli, cauliflower, you know, like red potatoes, sweet potatoes, and so on with it, right? Meat digests better with vegetables.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so that's how you're working. All right.
Okay, what about white meat, like a chicken or?
Yep, definitely. Well, look, good question. Very good question. If you're going to eat chicken, you need to take the skin off, right? And you got to eat basically the breast of the chicken, right? And the legs of the chicken, but take all the fat off the chicken, all the fat. You'll see, unfortunately, when you buy chicken these days, some companies leave too much fat on. You've got to get a knife and cut the fat right off, because that fatty chicken is very fat, right? So you need to take that and only have the lean breast of the chicken and the leg, the thighs, right? Do not eat chicken wings. You are wasting your money, and it's very full of fat, right? And when you eat chicken wings, I've seen the kids do it. When you eat chicken wings, they tend to eat the skin and the inside of the chicken wing, and that creates some acne. And it's not protein. It's not a lot of protein, but the breast of the chicken and the thighs of the chicken, well cooked, yes. Now, the other thing you could do, instead of just chicken, you could eat turkey, right? Maybe once or twice a week, turkey. But again, you need to eat the breast of the turkey, the legs of the turkey, and meat, and no skin, just the meat itself, right? And after that, eat your vegetables. You get the idea? These are the best white proteins, turkey and chicken. Okay?
And also fish. We can also eat fish.
Fish is also very good. Now, believe it or not, if you've got economic issues and you have problems finding money, instead of buying expensive fish like sea bass or salmon, red salmon, or things like that, you can eat sardines, right? You can go to a shop like Lidl or Aldi, you can buy sardines for as low as 47 pence for a can of sardines, right? Now, that is an excellent protein as well, right? Now, I eat sardines 3 times a week, right? And in addition to sardines, eggs. Eggs, if you eat eggs are pound for pound, money for money. Eggs are much, much better to digest and eat and benefit from than red meat, right? One egg takes about 4 minutes, 45 seconds cooked, okay, in boiling water, 4 minutes, 45 seconds. That is the ideal time to cook an egg. It takes 4 minutes, 45 seconds. And then you should eat 2 or 3 eggs a day as well, as part of your protein congestion. And eggs, pound for pound, are much better protein to digest and cost-wise than red meat. Right?
And ensure the eggs are free range though.
Yeah, that's right. Good point. Do not buy ordinary eggs. Always go free range or organic. Free range or organic is very similar, right? Right. Now, organic is probably even better because you know that they're feeding the chickens the right wheat, the right grains, the right herbs, let them forage outside. That's truly organic, right? Preferably, if you can get organic, go for organic eggs, but if not, get free range is fine, okay? And a human body about 10 stone up should eat about 3 eggs a day, every day, right? It's very, very good for you. And kids growing up, 1 egg every day, from the age of about 2 or 3 years old, give them 1 egg a day, but cook for 4 minutes, 45 seconds in boiling water. Okay, fair enough. Does that cover everything? Yeah.
That's a great answer, guys. Thank you very much.
Yes.
And I have now combining with food, I would like to know what are the best supplements to keep your muscles healthy on top?
Yep, very good question. Unfortunately, there's a big con, and I mean a big con that goes on with supplements, right? But we are very blessed that we met a guy in America, Lyle McWilliam, who is a top biochemist in Canada. And I met Lyle in 1996, right? At 1997, so 97, 98. And I met him, and Lyle was amazing. He had done tests on 3,000 supplements, 3,000. And there's a book out called The Comparison Guide to Nutritional Supplements. Lyle wrote that book with a couple of other biochemists, and the book's brilliant. It tells you the actual rating of supplements to use, right? Now, when you rate supplements, they are rated from 0 to half a star, 1 star, and so on, all the way to 2 stars and so on, to 5 stars. And then they are leveled up at bronze, silver, gold, diamond, diamond plus, platinum, platinum plus. Excuse me. At that level, platinum plus, that is the best you can get, right? So if you want to know more, go to our website, Planet Wellness. We'll explain more about this, the supplement system, how it works, right? Now, with the supplements, you need to have, first of all, you need to have an all-round supplement that gives you vitamins, the best antioxidants, and another bottle that contains minerals. Right, that's the first thing. If you want to save your money, or if you want to be more specific and more economical, you buy a set of antioxidants and a set of minerals. Right, you can talk to us about that. We can explain which company to use, and then when you use that, that's going to give you the absolute best. That's first and foremost. If you're short of money, things are tight, buy the supplement gives you the antioxidants and the minerals first. Right. Then you can have fish oil like Biomega. Okay. Then you can have things like magnesium, calcium, vitamin D. Okay. These are critical core minerals that you need for the human body and for the cells to work and for the muscles to stay integral and work. Okay. In addition to that, you need some vitamin C. Vitamin C is very critical because that's a component of collagen, which tightens you. So you got your muscle, which is made of collagen and muscle, and they're tied together with cells. And the collagen is what keeps the muscles in good, solid condition. Okay, so these are the key minerals you can have, the key vitamins you can have. All right,
and also vitamin D.
And also vitamin D, especially now, especially in winter. You need vitamin D basically in England from about, say, end of October. You should start taking lots of vitamin D because there's no more sunshine at that point. So in fact, I prefer the 1st of September. 1st of September is the perfect time to remember to start taking vitamin D. But when you take the vitamin D, take it in the form of calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D together. Fair enough?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about vitamin K? I heard people saying that, or I read the book, I can't remember, that vitamin D needs to be taken with vitamin K for the better absorption. Right. Is that true?
Right. There are definitely supplements that combine vitamin D, D3 with vitamin K, right? And preferably go for those. And because vitamin K you can also get from broccoli, you can also get that from celery as well. Okay, you get the vitamin K. It's a trace mineral. It's like a trace vitamin, I mean, and it's very, very important. But vitamin D is the most important because usually when you get a good supplement of vitamin D, vitamin K will be in there. Will actually try to be in there. Okay.
Okay. Petrina has mentioned before that body doesn't store vitamin C. So would you recommend to take vitamin C every day or every second day?
That is a very, very good question. It is actually quite correct. Vitamin C, this is very interesting. I discovered that monkeys or the chimpanzees or gorillas, when they eat fruit that contains vitamin C, the chimpanzee family, the monkey family can store vitamin C in their body. They can store it and can build up. The human species cannot store vitamin C. So you have to have vitamin C every single day. Unfortunately, a lot of the fruits we get today, the vitamin C is so low, it's scary, right? Because traditionally what would happen 100 years ago, even as 50 years ago, you'd go to your apple tree, right? You'd go to your plum tree or your grapes, and you'd get your vitamin C from your own yard, your own garden. Now, all your fruits imported, just about, your fruits imported, all the things that contain vitamin C, travel can be maybe 3,000 or 4,000 miles to come here. By the time they travel, the vitamin C is almost gone. Right?
Yes, it kept too.
So the only way you can get true vitamin C is if you grow your own fruit. Right, you grow your own fruit, grow your own grape. Now here we got the vegetables, we got the fruits, and we put minerals in it, and then that gives you vitamin C. So vitamin C, remember, cannot be stored. So you must have vitamin C daily. Now, one of the cheapest ways and most effective ways to eat vitamin C is to eat kiwi fruit. Kiwi fruit is excellent value for vitamin C, but you need to eat about 3 kiwi fruits per day, right? And that is a very high level of vitamin C you'll get. In addition to that, oranges, what I call easy peelers, right? Nectarines, right? They're good. Grapes are good for vitamin C.
Lemons and limes.
Yeah, but the ones, lemons and limes, calamandine, right? And these are high in vitamin C. Also, you can make teas. You can make teas with kaffir lime leaves, raspberry leaves, right? And these contain vitamin C in their leaves. You can make tea with it and get your vitamin C from that. Now, but again, you need to grow your own plant, because you can't, when you buy leaves from the supermarket, I'd say by the time you get to your home 2 or 3 days later, the vitamin C is gone already. So when you buy kiwi fruit, for example, don't buy a whole pile of kiwi fruit in one go. Buy about 9 or 12 for 4 days in your fridge, and then buy new fresh lot, right? Because like any other fruit, kiwi fruit will also lose vitamin C if you store it for too long. Okay, but kiwi fruits are great, a very good alternative to good economy to buy, because they give you, in one kiwi fruit alone, gives you a huge amount of vitamin C, right? Oranges are not so good these days because they've always been grown for 50, 60 years in the same plot, and the vitamin C content, you can taste it. It's not as high, right? But mandarins are fine, right? Calamandines, lemons, limes, great.
And also bear in mind that the fruits do oxidize. So the moment you peel it or cut it, then you need to consume it almost immediately. Don't cut it, pre-cut it, and leave it for a couple of hours or even the day.
Yeah, that's a very good point, because the moment you peel a fruit like kiwi fruit, right, the oxygen will get to it, will oxidize very fast, right? So that's why you got to keep kiwi fruit, peel it, eat it straight away, right? Same with the apple. Don't cut the apple and eat it. Chew the apple, finish the whole apple in one go, right? Don't cut half and keep it later, because once you cut it, oxidation takes place and you lose vitamin C. Okay.
And this is why we never recommend you buy like the pre-cut fruit from the shops and supermarket, because those will be oxidized already.
I cannot believe what I see in the supermarket. They have this fruit, pineapples cut up, apples are cut up, right? And they're covered in plastic. They've been there for 2 or 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. I can guarantee you that's not convenience. You're better off to buy the whole pineapple fresh and cut up yourself, right? And have it straight away. Now, since we're on subject of fruit, one of the most amazing way you can eat, like get vitamin C, you get a whole pineapple, right? And 1 or 2 mangoes. You cut the mangoes into chunk-sized pieces. Same with the pineapple. You combine it, right? And you mix that with sea salt from sel de Garonne and chili sauce and chili flakes. Absolutely delicious, right? So pineapple chunks and the mango chunks. You can add a bit of olive oil, but sel de Garonne and chili flakes or fresh chili. It is an amazing, amazing combination to your salad at lunchtime. Okay, enjoy that. So, that's
great. That's great.
It tastes fantastic, right? Okay. Anything else?
That's it from me. Unless you want to cover something else.
No, I think that's it for now.
We've covered it pretty well.
We'll do new videos in a new topic later on.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great. Right. Thank you very much, guys.
I hope it's opened your eyes. But if you want to know more, go to Planet Wellness or the website. The YouTube channel is Planet Wellness, or you can go to planetwellness.co.uk.
Thank you.
That's great. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye
Great
now.
Again, take care.